Ever wondered how those intense action-packed MOBA games worked? Whether you're a complete beginner or just curious, I've got you covered. Today we're diving into the world of multiplayer online battle arenas, or MOBAs for short, and breaking down how they function. And of course, if you're new here or find yourself coming back on the regular and you aren't already subscribed, why not? It's completely free. And well, we're pushing for 10,000 subscribers, so might as well join the pond. That's enough about that, let's get started. Our first topic is, what is a MOBA? A MOBA is a team-based strategy game where players control individual characters, often called champions, heroes, or legends, and work together to destroy the enemy's base. In a way, you can kind of think of it as a game of chess, but with super powered characters and a lot more explosions. Each player picks a unique character with its own sets of abilities, strengths, and weaknesses. But in the case of Deadlock, you end up actually picking 3 different characters and taking a gamble of who you decide to get. The goal? Work with your team to defeat your opponents by pushing through their defenses and destroying their core buildings, usually called a nexus, ancient, or core. But in terms of Deadlock, it's going to be your guardians, your walkers, your shrines, and your Patreon. Now let's talk about the map. Almost all MOBA games are played on a standard 3-lane map, with your team's base on one side and the enemy's base on the other. However, in the case of Deadlock, the map is actually divided into 4 different lanes, which is unusual for a game in this genre. So instead of your general top, mid, and bot lanes, you now have 2 side lanes and 2 mid lanes. But it's not just a empty battlefield. Along these lanes you'll find enemy guardians or towers that deal massive damage to anything that comes close. Not really in Deadlock, the guardians kind of throw marshmallows at you and don't really do that much damage. Hopefully they can see a little more buffs, but who knows. And your job is pretty straightforward. Take the towers down to reach the enemy base. And here's where things get interesting. Alongside you, there are waves of computer-controlled units called minions or creeps, but in the case of Deadlock, troopers, that march down these lanes every few seconds. They're your tiny but mighty soldiers, helping you attack and defend your guardians, your walkers, and your shrines. Now, it's not all about charging straight for the enemy base. Each player usually takes on a specific role that's vital to the team's success. Here's all the main roles you'll typically find in a mobile game. Carries, these are your late game heavy hitters. They deal massive damage but need protection early on to become strong. Your tanks are your tough frontline champions who can absorb damage and protect their team. Supports, they don't deal as much damage but provide crucial heals, shields, or crowd control to assist the team. Junglers, these champions roam the neutral zone between lanes known as the jungle, looking for opportunities to help their teammates or take down key objectives like monsters. But honestly, when it comes to Deadlock, these roles don't really matter. When it comes to Deadlock, in my eyes, there's not really set roles. You can pretty much build whatever you want on every character in the game, although it might not be the best thing to do. There's not really any dedicated roles in this game, it just depends how you want to play for your team and how your team wants to play around you. Now take for example, there is some characters that have more HP than others, and you could build them as a tank, but you don't really have to. That's why I feel that Deadlock is very accommodating to new players in this genre, as you're not really forced into a role and you can really experiment of what you want to do. Like I said in this video, I'm just touching on these topics, not going into super detail, but if you would like to see a super detailed video, make sure to hit that like button because it lets me know that you would like to see that. While destroying the enemy's base is the ultimate goal, it's not that simple. There are other objectives on the map that can help your team gain an advantage. These could be powerful neutral monsters, buffs that make your team stronger, or key areas of the map to control. Successful teams coordinate and strategize around these objectives, knowing when to fight and when to back off. And I would say one of the key neutral monsters in Deadlock is the mid-boss. At the 10-minute mark of a Deadlock game, the mid-boss will spawn. As it spawns, you'll hear a loud roar sound cue and it will appear directly at the center of the map with a golden icon. There's 2 parts of the mid-boss, killing it then claiming the Rejuvenator buff. The buff allows for 50% faster respawn once for your entire team. After you die once, you lose the buff on respawn. All troopers or minions get 50% HP, and you get a team-wide increased firing rate, which can be super useful to help your team to snowball a lot faster throughout the game to get those guardians down. Now let's talk about the flow of the game. A typical MOBA game is divided into different phases: early game, mid game, and late game. In the early game, you're more focused on farming minions or the troopers, gaining souls, and leveling up your champion. Positioning and small skirmishes are key to gaining an advantage, so you want to do your best poking the enemy and farming at the same time. It takes a while to understand how to do poke damage to your enemy laner and farm the minions at the same time at a super effective rate, but just like most games, the more hours you put in, the more understanding you have. Now let's talk about the mid game. The mid game typically starts when one of the first guardians fall in a lane. As the minion waves get further pushed into the enemy territory, this opens up avenues for teammates to go and gank other lanes and help out where they need. But if you're ganking a friendly lane, I wouldn't stay too long, as you will be sharing XP with the other laner. Teams also start grouping together to take objectives and contest for map control. This is where strategy and teamwork become even more critical. Now when it comes to late game, it's usually all surrounding team fights. Winning a big fight in the late game can give your team the opportunity to push down lanes and destroy the enemy base for the win. Now I know that some of you might be playing with your voice audio on 0, but just hear me out real quick. Teamwork is key, it's the heart of any MOBA. Sure, you can play like a hero, go in at 1v9, but if you're not working with your team, things can go downhill fast. Communication, strategies, and know your role, because victory depends on your team's coordination. There might be instances where you're down in your lane, maybe 0-6 even. However, if you're still communicating, trying to coordinate ganks on enemy laners, I think you're still doing a great part of your team. Although the scoreboard might say otherwise, I think if you're still properly communicating, you're still doing your part of the team. And that's the magic of a MOBA, a blend of strategy, skill, and teamwork all coming together in a fast-paced, action-packed gameplay. Whether you're looking to dominate the lanes, control the jungle, or support your teammates to victory, there's a place for everyone in the world of MOBAs. And of course, if you find yourself coming back on the regular and you aren't already subscribed, why not? You're coming back anyways. Hit that like button, well, if you liked it, and let me know in the comments what your favorite part of Deadlock is. That's enough from me. I hope you have a great day, and I'll catch you in the next one. I'm cooking him, bro. What is happening? Bro's about to be good. I'm the GOAT. Make a statue for me or something.
The Paradox saw me and just ran away. Just stared at him.
Dude, check this, check this, check this. I'm about to kill our entire team. Oh, I'm about to kill all of us, okay?
No, not me. Oh wow, I'm really low. The last person I wanted to see was alive.
I just fried him. No! Ah, help me! Please!